Let's talk about doing some simple mix moves using high-pass filters, okay? High-pass filters are really, really handy for managing low end, okay? They're really, really useful on vocals. They're useful on the mix bus. I don't want to be encouraging you to go overboard with high-pass filters. Low-end rumble is a good thing in most cases. Having an overly sanitized low end doesn't really help anybody. It can kind of just make your mix sound a little bit anemic. However, it's really, really great to leave room for the things that you want to leave room for. So let's check out, for example, the relationship between the kick and the bass here. So we've got this kick. Ooh, that's cool. And it's got there's a little boom, 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 boom coming to that same bus. So that's cool. So let's listen to the bass. Okay, here they are together. All right, there's a lot of interesting stuff going on here. Let's go ahead and let's first take a look at the bass. Just have some light insert compression there. Let's go ahead and grab the Pro Q. And I'm just going to go ahead and create a high-pass filter here. Again, you can do this with any of your stock plugins, okay? I'm being platform agnostic over here. Little high-pass filter action, and let's just see what happens with this bass as we start to move this around. Well, that's kind of... I'm just upping the Q a little bit. Here's without. So depending on how you want things to sound, this might be a good move because you can make some room for a bigger kick drum. And then you could turn up your bass. Let's listen without. Do you hear how it's kind of taking up a little bit too much space in there in the bottom? It's a little bit dwarfing the kick drum. So making a little room like this, and we could even be more subtle about it. Let's go 6 dB per octave. We'll just make it a very light sort of send off here. Without. Now we could do the inverse. Depends on the vibe that you're going for. Let's grab a little Pro Q action. Put in our high pass. All right, some might say that without all of this low end, it's feeling a little bit punchier. Okay, let's go back and let's bring that bass back in. All right, so those are some very cool uses there. I'm going to leave that where it is. Let's listen. Kind of depends where you want to go with it. Now, another classic use of high-pass filters is on the mix bus. And I'm going to go over here. I'm going to grab this emulation of the Dangerous Bax EQ. This is what I would call an industry standard piece of gear. This is based on the Dangerous Baxandall EQ, which has Baxandall curves. Baxandall curves are basically shelves that mimic what your classic hi-fi stereo did with the loudness button. Pushes the lows, pushes the highs. Very nice, easy slope, but we have a high pass and a low pass filter here. So let's grab the high pass filter and just clean up the bottom a little bit of the whole tune. So obviously 54 is too much. Let's try 30. That's nice. I like the way that that filter sounds. If you're not catching it all, it's very subtle. You know, this is not something you're imagining. This is a very subtle move, but it does help you save some headroom in your mix bus so that you can get your mix to punch through, maybe get a little more loudness out of it. Again, don't go overboard, but there are a lot of nice ways to sort of reduce rumble, reduce some of these artifacts that maybe we don't want so that we can leave room for other stuff in that bottom area of the frequency range. And also remember, sometimes filters are going to help you set up a compressor, for example, coming downstream so that the load isn't quite so heavy that it's lifting. We can get rid of some of this muck that doesn't matter so it can focus on the things that do matter.